But I will tell you just logistically, one thing to note about these hearings in terms of making your plans to watch the primetime hearing this week and to stay up on these hearings as they continue through next week. We, of course, will be covering the January 6th committee hearings live right here on MSNBC. As I mentioned, the first primetime one, our coverage will start at 7 p.m. this Thursday night. I will be helping anchor that coverage, joined by many of my colleagues, including Chris Hayes and Nicole Wallace and Joy Reid and Lawrence and Ari and lots of different folks from MSNBC. It'll be a team effort in covering the January 6th hearings, starting with our special coverage this Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. But I also want to let you know, on top of that, not only are we going to be airing the hearings live here on MSNBC as they happen, so you can plan ahead. I want you also to know that all of the hearings are also going to be available on the podcast feed for this show. The hearings themselves and the pre and post hearing analysis that we're going to be doing on MSNBC. You can get the audio of that in its entirety and for free on the podcast feed of my show. So if you already subscribe to the Rachel Maddow Show podcast, thank you. You don't have to do anything else. If you don't already subscribe, just go to whatever podcast provider you use, type my name, Maddow, into the search bar, subscribe to the Rachel Maddow Show. It's all free. You will find that at that podcast feed, we will have all of our normal content, the audio of this show, for example. But also, once the hearings start, that is where we are going to post free and in its entirety the audio of all of the January 6th committee hearings, plus the pre-analysis and the post-analysis when those hearings happen.